Phew! The main event is over and all judging has been done. Now what? Welcome back. Today is our last episode in the Judging Setup series. We're going to talk about scores and awards and how to use them to make certificates as well. We're also going to talk about the Judging Feedback Manager and how to use it to send feedback to your students, your teachers, and your parents. Let's get started. To see your scores, the best place to go is the Judging Results Reviewer. In the viewer, you can see each of your rounds divided by section. In the sections, you can see your stats here. This is useful when watching how judging is progressing. Clicking into View Results, let me take a second to show you around. At the top, you see the Clear All assessments. If you have any scores like test runs or projects that were scored at the wrong time, you can click this button and it will delete all the scores in that round. I'm going to say that again. By clicking on this button, it will not only clear the awards, but all of the scores given. We'll talk about how to clear just the awards in just a little bit. Next, you're going to see these two tabs at the top, the Projects tab and the Judges tab. We'll come back to Judges in just a little bit, but let's talk about the Projects tab. First thing you're going to see at the top is some filter and search options, so you can filter your projects by category and even by division. You can search for your projects by student's name, project ID number, or the full project ID and the title of their project. You can also organize the scores that you see by project ID or by which score that you're going to use. It's going to take the top score first and then go down from there. Next, you can export your scores to a CSV file and you can see all your scores side by side. And then finally at the top, you see an Assign Awards button. We'll go over that in just a minute. In each project's box, you'll see the project ID, the title of the project, the student's name, or if it's in a team, you're going to see the team members' names all together as well. You will see the average score, the adjusted score, and the Z score. You'll see what award is assigned to it and any project tags as well. Clicking into the box, you get some more information. Now you can see what grade this project is from and the individual judge scores. You can edit the project tag if they have one. You can enter one in if they don't, depending on what you need it to show there. And you can also edit your award placement as well. Clicking into your judge's square, you can see a breakdown of the score that was given. And if you have determined that a judge's score is not acceptable, you can click on the trash can and delete that score. After this is refreshed, all three of the scores that are remaining will now adjust to create a new score. So let's refresh and I'll show you what that looks like. So now you not only see that the judge times has changed, so instead of having it be judged 4 times, it's now judged only 3 times, and the scores have adjusted accordingly. Clicking into the Judges tab, you can search by the judge's name. They simply are just showing an average score across all of their scores. You click into their boxes and you can see how they scored across all of their projects. Again, clicking onto the green paper will do a breakdown of the scores, and clicking on the trash can will remove any scores that were given. We're going to go back into projects and now click into the Assign Awards box. Here you can automatically assign awards depending on what credentials you put into here. A few things you need to know about auto awards. Auto award assigning is not the solution for every fair type, and we always encourage you to double check your awards before presenting. You can assign awards per round, and clicking on the Clear All awards will clear any assignments made to that round. So if you have multiple rounds, you can assign each of those rounds their own set of scores. Now, given if there's a project that shows in a round more than once, it's only going to assign award to that project once. So even if your project appears in all 3 rounds, the last assignment that you make to that project is going to be the one that shows. So continuing to set up my auto assign awards within this round, I'm going to pick which score that I want the assignment to assess with. So I'm going to pick a Z score. Now I can choose to award by category and division, or you can leave these unchecked and have the system look at the awards as whole. Before I continue with the next section, we're going to go on a little field trip to the branches. So there are 2 different types of awards you can assign: category awards and special awards. We'll talk about special awards after we cover everything in the awards viewer. But for now, let's just go over category awards. So, category awards are used to set up your unique ranking system. Even though these are labeled as category awards, you can still use them to assign awards in your event, even if you don't use categories. Now, these are the default rankings, but you can change them to be anything you want. If you want the top ranking to be called Magical Unicorn Award, then go ahead and name it that. The points award value here is just a fancy way of saying that it's the top score. You can put any value here as long as it's the highest value and so forth to show the ranking order. The rest of the information here is for your own personal records. It doesn't show anywhere else, but it can help you if the ranking awards get changed the next year. Once you are done, click Save, and now you have a Magical Unicorn Award that can be automatically assigned. Going back to this next section, enter if you want to assign an amount of awards or a percentage of projects. Let me explain each option. Choosing to assign by number, the system will distribute that exact number of awards to the filters that you choose above. If you have categories and you want there to be 3 Magical Unicorn Awards for each category given, then you want to put a 3 here and so forth all the way to the end. Changing this to percentage is the total number of participants receiving the award. So if you put a 5 here, this would make the top 5% of your participants receive the Magical Unicorn Award. And depending on how you set up your filters, it can be the top 5% of category, division, or overall. If you make all these numbers add up to 100, then each of your participants are going to get an award. Before you assign the awards, make sure you click over to the Preview tab to see if you are happy with the distribution. If you aren't, make sure you go back and make adjustments. Otherwise, click Assign Awards. Now again, if you're unhappy with the distribution, you can either manually change the award here, or you can clear all the awards by going back into the Assign Awards and clearing all the awards, and then redistributing what you would like the award assignments to go. We're all done in the judging results reviewer, so let's go talk about assigning special awards. Special awards are awards that don't fit into a ranking system. Typically, they are sponsored awards or nominated awards, like a Miss Congeniality Award. First, click into the Configure tab. Here you can create your special awards and also see the different configurations that are associated with special awards. The one configuration I will point out is the awards ceremony begins date. This is the date that will show on the certificate, so make sure you have the date you want on the certificate entered here. Clicking back into the Items tab, click on the Add button to add a special award. Fill out the form, and then make sure you click Save at the bottom. If you're an ICEF affiliated fair, we have several templates for the ICEF special awards. These templates are then auto-filled with the participants' information, and you can print them out as soon as you assign them. If you're not an ICEF fair, just leave this blank, and there is a general certificate template that you can print out onto, or in your report viewer, you can print off the awards with a blank background and use your own design. Clicking back into the Assign tab, you can either click on the Assign Awards button at the top here to choose which award and which entry goes with that award. Or you can click into each of your awards here and then assign an entry to that award. You can assign as many entries as you want to the award. And you, like I said before, you can print them out from here. It does a download that you can preview and print from here. Or you can delete if you added an entry that does not belong. As you can see, we are now in the reports viewer. There are several reports that will show the scores for your event. Just search for score up in the search and it will bring them all up, and you can scroll through and decide which report will work best for your event. Just note that if you are using circles, these are the reports that you're going to use. You can actually search for circles and it'll bring up all the reports and all of the circle related items for you. The other thing you can search for are certificates, and there's lots of different certificate options that you can print your certificates out for as well. This award certificates for all special awards is a blank template. You can upload this into any design software and design your certificate around the format as well. Just take note when you're looking at your score reports, the majority of the time the score that shows is the average score. Unless indicated that it's an adjusted score or any other type of score, just keep that in mind, that it is the average score, not the z-score, not the adjusted score. So make adjustments as necessary. The last thing I'm going to show you today is the Judging Feedback Manager. If you want to share the scores, score breakdown, comments made to custom questions, or any feedback from the judges, this is where you need to go. If there was any feedback or responses to custom questions given, the View button will be yellow and have a triangle with an exclamation point inside. If there was no feedback given, the Review button will remain gray. Click into the review, and now you can see the comments the judge gave. If the comments are not what you want shared with the participant, you can either mark not to share the comments or revise the comments. I like to copy and paste what was written and then make edits. But you can enter in all new comments if wanted. And once you're happy with the revisions, click Save. Now the review shows at the bottom with a green review check by it. When you are finished with all the comments, you can now share the feedback. Click on Open Send Feedback Instructions. At the top part of the form is the email. Enter or change any information you want shown here. The next section now filters whose feedback you are sharing and who you are sharing the feedback with. Clicking on the Settings button will show you the configurations for the feedback. I'll show you what the feedback looks like with all of these on, and we'll talk about what it looks like with some of them turned off. Going back to the Message tab, I'm going to click on Preview Feedback. This is what the email will look like when you send it out to your participants. Note, none of the judges' names are shared. With all of the configurations turned on, I have the score being shown, the feedback that was shared, and then a breakdown of the score given. Any additional questions or quick feedback will be shared as well. You can hit Close to go back to your main screen, or click Adjust Feedback to go back to your settings here. Let me show you what it looks like if I don't include the score breakdown or the scores in the feedback. Now we preview our feedback again. Now all I have in this email are any additional questions we use or any feedback that we are given. Make any revisions or adjustments to your feedback as needed. Always preview your feedback before you send it. Well, that's all I have for you today. I want to thank you all for sticking with me through this series. I know it was a little long, definitely a little boring, but I hope you all learned something from it as well. If you have any questions about anything that you saw, please write to us at support@zfairs.com. Also, if you have any suggestions for any more how-to videos, please make a comment below. I hope you all have wonderful and great events. Thank you for being our clients, and we'll see you next time.